Welcome to many styles of wrestling. I'm your boy Dan Forster here with Hills for Life Wrestling Podcast, where we're going to talk about not just wrestling as a general, the many styles of wrestling: lucha libre, strong style, hardcore, uh, freaking comedy, freaking just drama itself, all on the ladies wrestling, all those styles we're going to talk about in this series right now. Right now, our first series is about strong style. Tune in.
Let them feel that heel heat. Heels feel like the club, yeah, it's too sweet. Big boots, we put heels to face. Check your heels for life, everybody's great.
So, on this episode, we talking about Japanese strong style.
Okay.
Before we even get to talk about, it, we gotta go like to the history of this shit because pretty much Japanese strong style is what people are saying now with MMA, shoot fighting,
Mm-hmm.
and all started with Antonio Inoki. First he came over here, he understand the business could be big and what it is, and use that. And him and Giant Baba split. Giant Baba had All Japan, he
Okay.
had New Japan, so he wanted to see how he could difference himself from Giant Baba, and he said, "Fuck it, we gonna shoot, we gonna shoot fight, but in a wrestling atmosphere." So those strikes that New Japan was doing was stiff. So how they learned that was from uh, Scott Gotch, uh, named Robinson, Buddy Robinson, and Luthez. Luthez, are here legendary NWA World
Yeah.
Champion. So you got those guys. So you got three different styles coming in that you gotta be stiff on. So you guys we talking about cash wrestling, you talk about amateur Greek Roman wrestling, and then you talking about just fucking throwing hands, or should I say forearms, all into one, bro. So Antonio Inoki was on some psycho shit, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it worked. It worked. And what came out of it was an organization that was outside New Japan called Pancrase, which, if anybody know, this is before there was a UFC. This is before Bellator, all that shit. Pancrase in Japan Pride, all that shit.
Okay.
Pancrase had opened doors for Ken Shamrock, um, Josh Barnett, uh, our guy, the most psycho grandpa there is, Minoru Suzuki, many others that's legendary. I forgot his name, Chakra. He's also MMA legend. So they all opened the door and they saw how popular it was in Japan. You know what I mean, not no disrespect to New Japan back then, but it was not as it was until Pancrase came around. Until
Okay.
they made a story about that.
So
Like,
that's what I feel like people aren't maybe giving enough maybe credit about or even shedding the light on is Pancrase. So is it still going on now
no,
or
no,
okay.
it got shut down like around, if I'm not mistaken, around right before USC came along,
Mm-hmm.
like probably a year or two before USC came along, and some of those guys went to USC.
Okay.
Oh God, what's the legendary? Okay, yeah, it's like I said, Ken Shamrock went over there. Our boy Randy Couture went over. Randy Couture, and then you got that's when you learn the other styles thanks to UFC. But it's all started in Pancrase, Jiu-Jitsu, and all that stuff. The Gracie family, the Gracie
Yeah,
family
Royce
was big.
Gracie, all those
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was big. Frank Shamrock, but what it did was it opened doors to New Japan though, and Japan wrestling as a general, because Japan was still hot. New Japan was hot, but they was not as hot as All Japan, because All Japan used to bring a lot of gaijins,
Mm.
and when we say gaijins, people that's non-Japanese. Anybody that's non-Japanese is a gaijin. So All Japan was bringing all of the gaijin, American, British, all that stuff, different styles. That's what I said. Anoki said, "Fuck it, we going strong style, and then we gonna bring some guys over here that then they can handle strong style."
Gotcha.
Um,
Makes sense.
yeah, makes perfect sense. At the same time, like with New Japan, they had to get some partners, and this is why I give 100% credit to WCW, because WCW introduced me to New Japan. I ain't know shit about New Japan. Okay, I got introduced to New Japan by WCW, which was the Great Muta, which was my Hero Trono, the Three Musketeers, and then over the doors to my eyes in Japan. That's when, okay, I'm showing my age now, but we tape trade. We didn't have YouTube. We had to tape trade and stuff, and got to know the Japanese wrestlers. And dude, Japanese wrestlers take wrestling seriously over there. Like, yo, they actually do MMA training. They do all that shit. They actually go into MMA before they come to fucking wrestle. So, like,
even like Shinsuke Nakamura, he has an MMA background, like for the more modern, audience.
Yeah, like Nakamura, Kenta, Shibata, Eugene Nagata.
That's a very, very good point.
It's a lot of people. So,
hell, Oscar.
Shit, Oscar.
That's a whole
Oscar. Goddamn. Yeah. Gotta give the ladies some credit too. Goddamn. They got stronger style. I don't know what's up with those ladies over there. They got some shit. They got moves that should not be legal. Okay. I never saw somebody do a backflip stomp on somebody and really stomp the shit out of them. So Japanese strong style, man, and they take this shit like this is serious business.
Right.
And the fans take it even more serious than we do. It's just that they're not toxic as hell, except for certain incidents. Right. But they understand, like, hey, this is artwork. We're here to cheer our people and blah blah. But when you do this strong style, man, this is not for the weak. Like, you can't come over there and start complaining like, oh, they hitting me hard. They take this like, yo, hit me.
So what caused the shift? It's always a cause for the shift. So what do you think caused you said Inoki?
Inoki caused
what caused Inoki to make this shift into like innovating almost like a new style of wrestling? Was he feeling that it was kind of going on like a downward trend and he needed to maybe spark something into the industry, or
I'm gonna say
what was the reason?
I'm gonna say that he needed to spark something up, and this is where Inokiism, if you ever hear that word Inokiism,
right,
that's where it comes from. This dude finds ways to try to keep New Japan different for everybody else. Okay. Unlike other promoters, he want to work with everybody, but he want to make sure New Japan is first. But
gotcha.
Which
is fair.
Yeah, it's all fair. Like, listen, I bring your talent to me. It gives them worldwide exposure. I give you some talent, which
we could work together, but I gotta make sure I take care of home first.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, don't make my guys look silly. You make my guys look silly, I don't want to work with you no more. So
I can't get mad at that.
I can't. I mean, everybody like when you got that mindset and you straight up with it, respect. So what happened was, like I said, he was doing these tournaments. He was doing for the IWGP, which is International Wrestling Grand Prix. And they was doing a tournament, and the winner of the tournament gets some nice belt as a trophy and stuff like that, but it's not an actual wrestling belt yet. I don't know the exact year off the top of my head, but it was the year after Hulk Hogan knocked him the fuck out.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan knocked him the fuck out. They had to stop the wrestling match. Hogan became the IWGP champion, but not the actual champion, but the tournament winner. The next year, Inoki went through the tournament again. And Hogan's right there waiting for him. He beat the shit out of Hogan. If you ever heard this there, let me tell you how far. That's how to find out years later, like my adult years, how far Japanese wrestling was really badass. Ask Hulk Hogan how he started wrestling. There was a Japanese wrestler in the NWA down in Florida, said, I'm going to break your fuck. He broke Hulk Hogan's wrist or knee or something. Hulk Hogan came back once he helped. He said, all right, you want to wrestle? I see you want it. If Hulk Hogan did not come back, we would never have Hulkamania. Never have Hulkamania. So let's show you how important Japanese strong style is. It will test your ass. You want to come to wrestling? All right, let's see you come back. He came back. So I know the story of Hulk Hogan now, but Japanese wrestling helped create Hulkamania. There it is. So but back to Inoki. Inoki noticed that like I said, he noticed that all Japan was getting the most exposure. Like they was getting all the guys from the Ric Flairs, from the goddamn.
Bruh, I'm reading because once again, full disclosure to our listening audience, like I know a little bit about Japanese wrestling and Japanese strong style just from watching wrestling over the years, but this guy and our other this guy right here, Tone, and our other co-hosts, the Wrestling Encyclopedia, these guys are our wrestling connoisseurs of the show. But I'm reading right here, I'm looking at some of the notes we have, Tone. They have Muhammad Ali fighting in Inoki. If I'm jumping ahead, please let me stop.
That was
this is another part of innovation that looks like Inoki had, and it's like 1 billion people watch this event.
Bro, that was before.
This is crazy, and this is in the 70s.
Before the infamous Muhammad Ali Gorilla Monsoon incident.
Yeah,
it was Inoki versus Muhammad Ali.
Why don't they talk about this?
They do.
Oh, maybe I'm not okay.
They do, but they don't give it more insight of what it created.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
Again, like I said, there won't be no MMA, there won't be no UFC, there won't be no Bellator, there won't be no Strikeforce, Pride, wherever it is now, One, Bare Knuckle, none of that shit.
Right.
If it wasn't for certain things like this. Muhammad Ali was the boxing's crown jewel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Even if he wasn't champion at the time, he was still royalty.
Mm-hmm.
And you got him to come in. It was a charity fight, by the way. It was not.
Yeah.
But it was something that got everybody's attention. And he went to Japan. Remember, Muhammad Ali was all about the world peace and all that stuff.
Yeah, and they said it was fought under special rules, like you said. Yeah.
Right. So Inoki did this and did it very smartly. He made a new little pose, but he stayed on his back most of the match, and he was just like, "Come get me." So it started that way, and like I think they were like 3 rounds or something like that. But it made money, And that, like we said, there will not be no combat sports if it wasn't for shit like that. A boxer against a wrestler, unheard of, right? But we had that. We had they had like a thing called Madison Square Garden night in Japan, where he was trying to bring Madison Square Garden to Japan, and he was the guy that beat all the guys that's come over to challenge, some shit like that.
Okay.
And it's another thing they don't talk about. Well, I'm gonna bring it up. He's actually an uncrowned WWE champion. Inoki beat Bob Backlund. Just like how y'all do the Ric Flair Phantom shit.
The Phantom Championship.
Yeah, there's another Phantom for you. He's a fucking WWE champion. They don't count. All right. So if you want to know why it took him a long time to do business with WWE, there you go. So
you just want the acknowledgement.
Yeah, give him the acknowledgement. He was champion for a day or two, and then Bob Backlund beat him for the rematch, something like that. Mm-hmm. But it was cool. Like Inoki noticed what was going on. All Japan was getting all these guys in, the British Bulldogs, the Horsemen, or get some people from AWA Mexico. He was kicking. Hey, listen, if there was a civil war, all Japan was kicking New Japan's ass, and enough was enough. This dude got a thing. As y'all know, WWE got the Performance Center. New Japan got the dojo. Got New Japan dojo. They make their stars. They make their stars from the scratch, which. Like I said before, I would not be a New Japan fan was it for the great Muda and Mahiro Chono.
Okay, so that's where it clicked for you.
So that's what they had different from All Japan, because before then, I didn't know a guy named Ricky Chosho, and Ricky Chosho, everybody went, who created the sharpshooter? There you go. He created the sharpshooter. So
and it is known that a lot of the moves we see come from
Yes,
Japan.
yes.
That's very true that you it's funny you
Every
mentioned that.
almost every move, almost like the go to sleep. We all know Kenta made that. We all
Correct.
know, made in Japan. That's fucking Shingo.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of moves
The
that we
cycle
see.
knee.
Psycho knee,
Mm-hmm.
the Riptide knee that King Omega used very well. He did that in Japan. My Fuji. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of things that we love today. The sling blade, and we can
Sling
go keep on go.
blade,
We can
orange
keep going.
crush.
Orange, we could keep going. Like
I could
it's
go on and on.
on and on. So like I said, when they made them and Chono was, they was getting old and stuff like that, they started making characters. And once they made characters and stuff, that's when it's like, okay, this is it. Now we just gotta find something that gets everybody attention. What's get everybody attention with some realism. And boy, when they did that, Strong Style was born. Was truly born. Okay, they said Strong Style was born from the whole Japanese era, but no, it was truly born when you put character work and some realism. And they got some
Right.
realism. Like they like unlike American style where you gotta have the story and then it builds up to the match. Their story builds up within the match.
Within the match.
Yeah, it tells a story within the match, and then it generates something outside the match.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
Everything has a meaning.
everything has a meaning.
Everything.
Everything has a meaning.
It's not going through no or what they call it, no wasted motion.
Yeah, no, it's listen.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we got from plan A to plan Z. We need to get there. We cannot go
Yeah.
plan A, plan B, then go back to plan A. We can't do that. We got to go straight to, and they do. Like they go with that. We talking about the start of Strong Style, and probably we talking about the late '80s, early '90s,
Okay.
and where these motherfuckers was just chopping each other, knocking motherfuckers out, but then add athleticism to it. Like now said,
Mm-hmm.
we got story. So they tell the story in there, but then something went off. Something went off with Japanese wrestling. Like
Okay.
I'm going to say New Japan, because
Okay.
then a new kid on the block came. Something like what we going through over in the States happened in Japan years ago. A new kid came on the block and said, we could do Strong Style better than y'all, and we're going to show you. And then they was professional wrestling Noah.
Noah.
Which defected from All Japan, and that's another story. But defected from All Japan, political reasons, whatever. But
Right.
Pro Wrestling Noah came and said, "Hey, we could do Strong Style better than All Japan. We could do Strong Style better than New Japan," and they did, bro. They
did. Okay.
They did. Don't get me wrong. New Japan was still making money. They still sold out the Tokyo Dome here and there. But when Noah came around, they was doing shit. Like their main events probably was like 15 minutes, but it didn't seem like it was 15 minutes because they was going hard. Like it's a match, and if you want to Google it. Kenta Kobashi against
I was about to say, speaking of the Orange Crush, Kobashi.
Yeah, right. Right. Kenta Kobashi against Power Warrior. I call him Power Warrior, but it's I just said his name today because I just did TikTok with him. But they did chops. They chopped each other for 5 minutes. All you saw was perspiration from their chest. They was just chopping, like, see who's going to drop first. The match was 15 minutes, but 5 minutes of it was chopping each other. You understand? Like these dudes damn near break their fucking necks, and I don't want to get to that part, but they put their shit on the line to outdo the two brands that was out there for them. This was AEW before AEW was even fucking a damn sperm in your daddy's nutsack. It was that. The new kid on the block outdid the old dogs. And Strong Style was the key. Strong Style was the key. Masawa, Kenta Kobashi, Kenta. And I say this was strong. They were doing so good. They broke up the next three Musketeers. Shibata went to Noah. Shibata left New Japan to go to Noah.
And that's what you starting to. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm
Now you
saying?
taking our talents, and now you can start seeing where they
Right. So
could probably start butting heads and stuff like that.
right. So being a Noki, this is where Nokiism became a bad thing.
Uh-oh.
He started bringing MMA guys to New Japan and having his top guys go fight for pride and get embarrassed, except for one guy. One guy actually stood with Mr. Fry, but that's
Okay.
another good fight. If y'all want to see that, it was like 2 rounds, but damn, it was a good one. So, Enochiism brought New Japan to an all-time low. I know we don't like. Well, I ain't gonna say don't like, but Dave Meltzer called it the worst promotion 2 years in a row.
New Japan,
and they had to do something real quick. Shout out to one of the next generation Three Musketeers, Tanahashi. They took Nakamura, who's a Noki guy. He's a Noki guy, but even he knew he had to do something different. So he went on excursion, went to Mexico, came back with a character, and then crowned himself. Let me do this right. This man crowned himself King of Strong Style. No one knew what to take of that.
Crowned himself. People get offended by it.
Right.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
Like, but no one knew. Like, what is he doing? Like,
is he trying to make a mockery of it? Is he trying to
exactly? Like, you still got Eugene Nagata, who was still the ace around that time in New Japan. You got and you go to, then like I said, you go to Noah, you got Musawa, you got Kenta Kobashi, you got God damn, like I said, Kenta, Shibata, all these people. Then you got a new kid on the block called DDT Pro Wrestling, and the only strong style you got there is named Kota Ibushi, but he's doing some crazy shit. But if he gets serious, y'all know what it is. And then All Japan's still going, and you call yourself the King of Strong Style, which started some shit, but at the same time, it got people attention to New Japan. Like, this motherfucker out, he's like, I want to see what he can do. But they forgot he's a former IWGP champion. He's fucking part of Inoki shit. So all he did was just show his character. This dude pop locking, got bitches on stripper poles and shit. This motherfucking character was out the hook, but he was the king. And that's what woke up New Japan. It woke up New Japan. It got Gaijins over there. It got their dojo fired up, and back to the basics of doing dojo. And motherfuckers became stars, such as Naito, Evil, Finn Balor, who was Prince Devitt. I can say more names, but I won't get off the course. But then they started doing character work, and the Gaijins started doing true heel shit. Like, okay, if you are a heel in New Japan, you need to go against the grain. Don't do all the traditional work. Go against the grain. Like, oh, I'm going to cheat on purpose. I'm going to do this on purpose. So then they made a belt called the Never Openweight title. And that Never Openweight title was damn near, to me, was made for strong style wrestlers. Ishii, who I call the true MVP of New Japan. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. If you want to have a good match, you go against Ishii, Makabe, goddamn. At the time, Naito had the belt, but he was not strong style enough. He was trying to be another Tanahashi before he is what we know for him today. Shibata. Most of the time, I'm going to say this, most of the time, Never Openweight title matches usually steals the show.
Okay.
Especially at Wrestle Kingdom. Shibata against Ishii is one of the best damn strong style matches you will see, and it's only 15 minutes. It's only 15 minutes. Before he got injured, before he did the damn headbutt, Shibata will make you hit him. If you don't hit him, he get pissed. He'll make you hit him. All out. Like, he'll sit there. He'll sit there like this, fold his arms, has his leg crossed.
And not sell it.
Right. He tell you to kick him. You don't kick him, he getting up and kicking your ass. But Ishii was nothing to fuck with though, because Ishii sits down. You kick me then, and he kicked him. And then one was like, he didn't want these nose, but he said, I gotta get up. So that's how you do it. That's how you doing it. Okay, get back down. And they like, yo, you go see that match. You like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
They crazy,
right? But that belt made whoever going at that belt, you know now, you gotta be strong style and you gotta take strong style. So, some guys just went after it. Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish.
Yeah.
Hell, dare I say we know a former champion, one of the best in the world right now, Will Ospreay. Jeff Cobb went after it. In fact, he was a never champion, by the way. Michael Eldon. I don't like really saying his name much these days, but I'm gonna get to that.
His name was popular. Yeah,
it was popular, and he was one. Him. But when I say a name that affiliated with neverweight title, I still gonna say the Angry Grandpa, Minoru Suzuki. Minoru Suzuki, Shingo. They kept the spirit of strong style when they had the belt. No disrespect to Tama Tonga, that's my boy. Love Tama Tonga, but strong style was alive with that belt. The DNA of strong style is still in that belt because you got to go all out. You got to go out. You want that belt. And the one thing about Japanese wrestling, whatever belt they got, they make sure it means something. So
no, all this transitional champion. Like,
see, let me tell you something about Japan. Period. That I wish all companies do. You can't defend that title in 30 days. It's coming off you.
Which used to be, bro. You know, it's a whole thing.
Right.
I think both of us was on the same page with that. Like, bro.
Right. So when you go all out, you gotta make sure you fucking is okay.
Because your championships is what brings people to your shows. And if they're not being defended, what are we doing?
Exactly. And with especially with New Japan, they got all those fucking belts.
They ain't play that.
You know, but they go hard for it. Like,
right.
Then when you have someone that is strong style and they your number one champion, like a couple years they had Shingo as their champion. They had again I said Nakamura, they had their champion. Hell, remember this. And I know nobody don't like what I'm about to say, but they had Brock Lesnar as their champion.
Yeah, IWGP.
Brock Lesnar.
Wait, was it IWGP?
Yeah, he was IWGP champion.
Okay. And Kurt Angle too, huh?
Kurt Angle. You know, people like strong style was still around.
That was around the time I started. I was like, hold on, what Brock? Because Brock left. This was around WrestleMania 20.
Yeah, he left.
Him and Goldberg had that match, and whatever. And then he went over there.
Yeah.
So how did that go? Because I didn't really understand the significance of what was going on during this time.
So after he made it to his last preseason game, because everybody thought he was gonna get cut after the first one.
Okay.
He almost made it to the Vikings.
Yeah, made the team.
Almost made the team, but he didn't. So that he
with
had
no football background. That's still crazy.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. But yeah, so he. So
imagine if he just had the technique honed in.
That's a whole other conversation, bro. We not gonna do that right now. but
yeah,
if like he was bored and he thought that okay, if I go to that organization overseas,
see how that go.
Yeah, nobody won't have no problem with it because they're me going to fucking TNA. That's not happening. So he went to TNA. That was a whole different story. No, he went to Japan. He liked what he saw. But he was assigned. He went to another. In fact, he went to another fucking wrestling company and saw it. And that's when Antonio Inoki said, "Nah, bring him over here." And man, once he did that, the first match they did a Hulk Hogan on him. His first match was for the title.
Gotcha.
And it was a triple threat. New Japan is not known.
They'd never do stuff like that.
Not for the title.
Okay.
Not for the main title, like maybe for the light heavyweight title, maybe for the light heavyweight tag team titles, but not for the title. So it's a rare you see a triple threat match for the main belt, and that was one of them. He was in the ring with Mahiro Chono, and I forgot the other guy, but he pinned the other guy. That's what like that. He did not pin Mahiro Chono, and he was champion. And then they put him in I think he was had 4 matches in. and he took the belt with him, and they told him to come back.
Yeah, it's Kazuki. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. Kazuyuki Fujita
Fujita, there you go.
and
That's another guy.
Mashiro Chono.
Yeah, Fujita is another guy that was in All Japan kicking ass, but that's another story. Oh, he's straight up strong style. He's actually still wrestling right now. But they gave him pretty much New Japan on a silver platter. He went against Akibono. Y'all know who Akibono is? That was the sumo wrestler that made Big Show wear one of those shits. That we never get that shit out of our head no more.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
was that WrestleMania 22?
WrestleMania
21. Okay.
The very next year. So he Brock Lesnar beat him.
I forgot about that.
Then Brock beat somebody else. And he was supposed to, so the thing was he was supposed to lose to Nakamura.
And this was when Nakamura was in IWGP. He was like one of the youngest guys in that?
He was the youngest guy to win the title.
Okay.
And
people don't really know how much of a prodigy this dude is, bro.
If we gonna go there, I will go there in a few minutes, bro. But Nakamura, he cheated Nakamura out.
Okay.
And that's when that's when Inoki was not part of New Japan no more. He was trying to do his own thing called Inoki Wrestling, or Inoki,
I didn't know this.
Inoki Wrestling Federation, some shit like that.
Okay.
And that's where they changed the belt. Brock said, I'm not dropping this belt to nobody but Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, remember TNA was doing business with New Japan. They said, all right, cool. And that's how we got the belt back. Nakamura beat Kurt Angle.
Okay, I see it right here. It's Inoki Genome Federation.
Yes.
IGF.
Yes. So okay. that's where they dropped the belt.
Oh.
Brock dropped the Kurt. Kurt came to New Japan.
Brock and Kurt in New Japan, bro.
But it was not even New Japan though. Can you imagine if it was?
Oh,
man. But Kurt did the business. I want to say Perk Angle. I'm gonna say Kurt because Kurt did the business, made Nakamura a main man, and Nakamura became this before King of Strong Style. Like Nakamura was already the man,
right?
He's already the man, and now we're gonna get with Nakamura, okay? Because we talking about Strong Style, we got to keep it real. Nakamura was these knees. He hit you with knees out of nowhere. And then, like I said, he got MMA background. Nakamura was the man. Now, this to be about him and Tanahashi. Tanahashi was flashy. Tanahashi was high flying. I'm gonna do things a little different type of shit. Nakamura was smash mouth. You go get this work. You go get the knees in the face, and I'm gonna pop lock back to the back area. So. You know, and to tell you, watch this. Nakamura used to do Inoki shit and call it Boombaye.
Yeah, Boombaye.
Boombaye.
The running was that the knee?
Yeah, that's what he's doing now.
Kinshasa?
Yeah, that was the Kinshasa, but he used to call it Boombaye.
Boombaye, okay.
And then he grabbed the mic and he said, "Do the yah" and all that shit and pop lock and back to the ring. But after he went to an excursion. He came back. He made chaos. He had the fucked up haircut, which he still got to this day, but his hair's long now. But it didn't look good when he started. Just letting y'all know. But he came back. He made chaos. Yes, chaos was made by Nakamura, and chaos was a heel faction of badasses. You had him. You had Toru Yano, not Toru Yano that y'all know now. Toru Yano. Badass, gold, blonde hair, fire tips, fuck you up with a chair, Yano. He had Ishii come from, now again, Ishii never went to the dojo. He was not a graduate from the dojo. Ishii was a project of Ricky Chosho, though. Ishii was a bad motherfucker. They just didn't know it yet. They had Naito. They had Tokyo Pimp. There was no limit. They had Gato. And Jado, and these motherfuckers was badass. So you have Nakamura leading them as champion. This before Okada even came in the picture. Okada was still a young boy.
Bro.
Okada was still a young boy. Let me just tell y'all that.
This was around when I started kind of paying attention to it, when Brock and Kurt Angle and all them. So that's when I started noticing Shinsuke, and so
watch
now
this.
my light bulb is starting to go off. Like, okay,
But watch
this
this
when I
though.
started.
That's when the promotion started getting better.
Gotcha.
That's when the promotion started getting better, and now they're equal with the new kid on the block, Noah.
Gotcha.
Right. So now them and Noah is working together. Them and Noah is working together, and they got their guy. Never gonna forget, it was a January 4th show. I think they just started calling it Wrestle Kingdom, and they had all these other promotions come and help them out. Like I said, it had to get better because it was damn near garbage.
It was teetering.
It was no, it was damn near garbage, not teetering. It was damn near garbage. The lid didn't close yet. You know what I mean? You can smell it. You can smell it. But my bad. But they got the shit together real soon. And everybody give credit to Tanahashi because they put the belt on him and all that stuff. But I'll give the credit to Nakamura too.
Gotcha.
Because Nakamura was the Intercontinental champion. And anybody remember that? That's the belt MVP made.
MVP yeah, because MVP had a stint out there as well,
yeah,
right?
He was the first Intercontinental champion
in the Continental.
And Goto, who's also a strong style kind of motherfucker too, was the second one. But when Nakamura got that belt, and I'm telling you, if they put the English version, what he said about that belt, he said this ugly thing needs a makeover, and changed it to the beautiful belt that we saw before, the white strap.
The white strap.
He treated that belt like it was the belt. And you won that belt, you had to beat him. It's a couple people that can say they beat him. Bad Luck Fale, Goto, Tanahashi. But when he won that belt back, it's a whole different story. It was all about strong style. He was like, I'm gonna beat your ass. All this shit. And y'all, this is kind of like the Nakamura we're getting now. Badass Nakamura.
Oh, with the vignettes, like saying like, I'm done with the games.
Like, bro,
I'm done playing around.
I'll tell you right now, they let Nakamura come out with that fucking half demon. If y'all never saw that, go find it. It's Nakamura with the half demon makeup on. It will work in WWE, I'm telling you. But he was badass and he kept it strong. But when they made that Never Openweight title, it gave opportunity to other guys that was still in that DNA of strong style. And when I say strong style, people, I'm not talking about having heart and doing hardcore matches. No, I'm talking about straight up. You ain't running
like
nowhere.
The actual impact of
right. Yeah. We're mano to mano. You know, here we go do a fancy move here and there, but we all go on stiff clotheslines or lariats, forearms to your face.
Real gritty.
Like you gotta wear a mouthpiece to come to work. You know,
which Nakamura, bro, that's all of them had mouthpieces.
Nakamura had mouthpiece. Nakamura still got a mouthpiece. Makabe wore his mouthpiece upside down. He wore on the bottom. He wore his shit on the bottom row of his mouth. You know, Ishii stopped wearing the shorts. He started wearing the what you call those shits? The pants. He started wearing shorts.
Oh, gotcha.
And he had the fucking the little shoes on. Not no wrestling boots. He had the little fucking on shoes. Like, yo, we just gonna do this how we do this. You know, no neck. Come on, like this.
Yeah,
you know. And you know, him and Makabe had some battles. Kota Ibushi won the New Japan Cup. He beat the shit out of Makabe. Like I said, Kota Ibushi, let him be serious. Kota Ibushi is the best damn wrestler in the world. Let him be serious. Let him be serious about the business. He'll be the best wrestler in the world.
What was it? Kenny Omega, him and Kota Ibushi.
Man, the Golden Lovers.
Lovers. But actually, without all that, just him meaning business is a different animal.
It's a different animal. Like, yo, like it's you could tell when it's a different animal because his facial expressions tells the story. Now he like he don't say shit. He let you hit him like. Yeah. And they just do this one palm. All he do is a palm. He don't punch you, he palm you. And that palm hurt.
Yeah.
and he fucked you up at that. Start kicking you and start looking. Yo, it's the funniest shit he ever did while he's serious. He looked at the referee while he stomped you in the fucking head. He looked at the referee
like I'm still good, huh? I'm not disqualified yet, right?
what's going on? What you doing? I was like, he's still doing this while he's talking to him, but not like in fact, I was leaning to that. Like one of Nakamura's best matches was against Kolabushi. Wrestle Kingdom. He went at the Icon title. And they was first Nakamura didn't take him serious because he said he from DDT, blah blah. But when he came, they worked, and they was going at it. Like all you heard was stiff kicks, stiff this. It was great. It was when they kind of title. But when Nakamura left, it left a burden. Like who's going to be that next stiff guy? And it's crazy. The crazy thing is we had to find out a year later. Because, like I said, Shibata was still the man. Shibata was the one that was still bringing strong style. Shibata was beating everybody. Shibata did the most stiffest head, but besides the one that almost in his career, I'm talking about the one he did to Kyle O'Reilly, and you heard it. It's like a thump, like actual two heads collided, and dude was bleeding right there, but he must didn't do it hard enough like he did the other time. But that was good. Him against I'm talking about Shibata here. Shibata against Eugene Nagata, where everybody said Nagata was too old. Nagata's still kicking ass right now to this day. Still kicking ass.
Ain't miss a beat.
Ain't miss a goddamn beat. The dude, the dude is 55 years old. Minoru Suzuki is 54, going on 55. These dudes hitting harder than motherfuckers in their 20s and 30s. You see
him in them Eddie Kingston matches recently.
Man, like this dude
just slapping, chopping each other and stuff.
Like this dude,
I think that's why they like Eddie Kingston in Japan.
Oh yeah, no, see Eddie Kingston, we're gonna get to him too.
I'm sorry,
he's straight up strong style. He's a Japan fanatic. Like go on his Instagram, he shares at least 2 or 3 videos on All Japan or some wrestler that he respects from Japan and all this stuff.
That's big for him to be able to mix it up with those guys.
Yeah, like he's a fanboy. Like he had a match against Fujita, like the one you just said. He had a match with him on AEW. He was a fucking big. You could tell how you know when someone really happy they can't stop moving. That was Eddie Kingston. So Japan, like we said in the beginning, strong style is everywhere you see it. We're going with today because I was talking with Shibata already, but we're going with
right
today. Like I said, with Ishii, with Shingo, still, and like I said, Nagata and fucking Minoru Suzuki still going. But you know what? One person I haven't named because he's being a jackass right now, but they let him go back to his old shit. Show used to be a damn near badass, strong style. He was a junior. Oh, he still is, but he's a junior, like light heavyweight. This motherfucker's doing some badass shit. That's strong style, So it don't. One thing I would say, that strong style don't have no weight class.
That I like how you meant. Yeah,
strong guys don't have no weight class. And
it's almost it's funny. It's almost like a discipline. Like
in Japan, it's like it's testing your wills. A will, I should say, testing your will of, do you really want to be in this business? Is this business for you? Because if you can survive Japanese wrestling, everything else is easy.
That's why everybody likes to go over there. Like, okay,
yes,
and then if they give you the nod, they respect you over there. It's like, okay,
I like this. AJ Styles was AJ Styles. He was a phenomenal one. He was great in TNA. Great.
He was, yeah.
That motherfucker left TNA, went to Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor had a partnership with New Japan.
They did.
Went to New Japan. Yeah, he won the title. He won the title against Okada. Yeah. But when they truly respected AJ Styles was against Suzuki in the G1. When that motherfucker when Suzuki hit him, he said, he took it and said, "That's all you fucking got?" Japan, seriously.
They like seriously.
That. In Kurikan Hall, legendary Kurikan Hall, Motherfucker said, ooh, and you got Suzuki laughing, ha 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 ha.
He's like, okay,
All right, all right, this American wants some. All right, and this motherfucker, like, I love when Suzuki do this. He holds your head. He purposely put it where he gonna hit it, smack the neck, and say smack, and let everybody be quiet when it happens too. All you hear is that, and that shit echoes.
bro.
AJ Styles stood right there. He stumbled a little bit and
He
got
said,
back.
hold on now. Yeah.
I was like, yo,
Like, I belong in this business.
right. He just earned Japan's respect. Not New Japan, Japan as a
Japan, yeah.
as a whole. So right.
That's
like
awesome, man.
And another thing, like I said about weight classes, when I said this earlier, Kenta is a junior. Kenta is a junior.
Kenta.
He's still a junior. But they don't classify as a junior because one, you're a former GAC heavyweight champion. This dude was little fighting bigger motherfuckers because his kicks
and those kicks and knees,
bro. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Not
multiple versions of it too, by the way.
Okay. By the way, y'all fans that did that shit to him was so disrespectful. This CM Punk. No, he's the creator. He's the god of go to sleep.
Yeah. And I love Daniel Bryan, but that Busaiku knee.
Kenta. But see, the difference between Bryan Danielson and CM Punk, Bryan Danielson didn't miss it.
Oh, no. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Bryan Danielson missed it, and Bryan Danielson used to work with him, used to train with him. And that's why
he wasn't stealing it from him. Yeah.
No, it was out of respect. Like Bryan used to work with Noah. So he used to train with Kenta and Bone Soldier. Bone Soldier does the yes lock.
Yes. No points in it.
Right. So it's
the lapel lock.
It's all about respect.
But so, that's really what it is. It's all about respect, because usually wrestlers ask the seniors, hey, are you cool if I use your choke slam? Yeah, go ahead, kid.
And that's the thing. That's the thing about
that's all really he had to do.
But
hey,
see,
man, you mind if I use your
I know we go there. I'm gonna might as well go there when it comes to Phil. Phil stole everybody's shit from Japan. He stole the Mongolian chops from Tenzai. He stole, he stole the Anaconda device from Tenzai. He stole the go to sleep from Kenta. But if it adds to your repertoire and is believable, fine. But that's part of strong style.
But that's the cool part though. Like going back to Kenta, didn't he have other variations of the go to sleep? It was like one was like a reverse.
He had
to the back of the head or something like that.
He had one that everybody said eat the knee.
Yeah.
That Sammy Guevara and what's my man from NXT, Feast Eyes, that they're doing. That's Kenta. That's Kenta.
Oh, Dominic Dijakovic.
There you go.
Yeah, the flip over, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's everything is like everything is wrestling. Like
that's crazy.
It's wrestling. So it is what it is. It's not like this. We single out anybody. Everybody's still something for everybody. But
yeah. But that just shows the innovation of the wrestlers in Japan.
Yes.
Once again, to even create a new discipline. On top of that, the moves that came from that tree of actual wrestling styles now.
Yeah, like they might not mention it, but if you're a pure wrestling fan, you know where they came from. Or you've seen it before. Like you might feel like it's this disrespect, or it might be some respect there, especially like people like Chris Jericho, people like
Jericho.
People like
he spent time over there too, Jericho.
I would say like CM Punk did have some time in Japan, so I can't say it's disrespectful that he stole this or that, but I know he stole it. But so
I got another move that might get you and our listeners excited. Tiger Driver. True Tiger Driver.
Tiger Driver was sour.
Not the one where he, the full rotation, the one where it's like
he puts you and spike you in your fucking head. That's the one he talking about. I know which one you talking about.
Yeah,
it got people in the uproar when Will Ospreay did the Kenny.
Oh yes,
when he did the Kenny, they were like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?" Listen, man. Listen,
y'all not ready for New Japan strong style, as Tone is saying. If y'all couldn't handle that,
you could not. Listen, not even New Japan. Like I said, Japanese wrestling as a whole is true. It's all strong style in their way. Like like I said with Noah, their strong style was fast pace, fast strikes.
Right. Fast paced,
Fast pace, fast strikes. Unless it was a major story and you think you could last more than 15 to 20 minutes. You think you can last more than 15 to 20 minutes? We gonna do a story with
Yeah, the
this shit
matches
now.
had to be 10, 15 minutes
Yeah, like
because
bro, you could bro. I know, no. Me?
people chest is purple,
Purple or bleeding.
bleeding.
Like, yo, Kenta Kobashi. Like, and shout out to Eddie Kingston for leaving that shit alive.
Right.
And Cozy, he also does the machine chops too. But
Oh yeah,
but the machine chops in the corner. When Kenta Kobashi did it, like you see it, like a whole bunch of sweat flying. Like y'all imagine Gunther / Walter chopping you in the corner 10 to 15 times. That's what it is with Kenta Kobashi. And Walter just need one. But imagine doing it 15 times in the corner. Bro, no.
I can't wait till we do that episode, British Strong Style.
Man, we do European.
Well, UK, European.
UK, European scene. But
yeah.
I'm liking where strong style is still at because it's all around the world now.
That was gonna be my final follow-up was like, where do you see it now? And do you see it innovating, or do you feel like it's the discipline is pretty much set in stone? There's nothing really to add to it.
It's, to be honest with you, it's nothing really to add to it. It's all about will.
Gotcha.
Because people still like that shit.
Oh yeah.
And this shit is and this shit is like, we talking about 20, 30 years of development. I think it's at its peak of strong style. I mean, this shit, like we said, it's everywhere now. Like it's in WWE, it's in AEW, it's in TNA, it's in MLW, it's everywhere. And you can't say it's not because y'all motherfuckers like that shit. Say you didn't like Gunther against Sheamus at Clash of the Castle. Strong style.
Which was a 5-star match.
5-star match.
According to Observer Radios, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying.
But yeah.
But say you didn't like that. Say you didn't like King Omega, Will Ospreay, Forbidden Door. Strong style.
It's another high-ranking match. Yeah.
Say you didn't like
and all that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Say you didn't like Josh Alexander against Eric Young as strong style.
All in that match.
All
definitely.
All in that. Say you didn't like Eddie Kingston against Claudio at that stadium this year. Strong style. It's all over the map. It's all over the map because you motherfuckers love violence. Straight to the point, face to face, no shenanigans, straight to the
and believable, not the choreographed looking.
Yeah, no
believable.
Again, no disrespect. No disrespect to the guys that does that because y'all more talented than my ass. I tell you that right now.
Right.
But
definitely.
I love strong style. I love strong style because of that. Like, yo, we face to face. I'm coming with my best. You come with your best. We'll see who's strong. All right, we see who's strong together. And then if it's a rematch, did you get better, or I'm gonna still kick your ass?
Yep.
Right?
When they're running back.
Yeah, when they're running back, because the rematch, the rematch
or the draws.
Yeah, if it's a draw, it's gotta be. Come on, but the thing is, when these matches happen and they say a rematch coming, you get excited.
Yeah,
because you know the first one. Oh, like we already said King Omega Ospreay. King Omega Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom. Awesome. King Omega Ospreay Forbidden Door surpassed that.
Which was crazy because the first one was good.
Right. So guess what? We're going to get a 3 because he signed to AEW. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
And he already told Tony Khan, line him up for me, please.
Line him up. He said, please give me
You know what my start date is. So go ahead and get a plan together.
What's that? Revolution? Revolution?
Uh-huh.
You might as well start it from the jump. Him against Kenny. Because nothing else will make no damn sense.
Right.
Nothing else will make no sense. It's just like with strong style, straight to the point. I mean, yeah, it's if you got another federation, it's gonna be some shenanigans. That's how it is. Right. But straight to the point, straight to the point. I mean, I witnessed this shit not that long ago. I think it was Drew McIntyre against Xavier Woods. I didn't think Xavier Woods go hang with Drew. But no disrespect, you watched on TV, you couldn't hear what I heard. I heard stiff fucking shit from
Mm-hmm.
from Drew McIntyre to
Ooh.
Xavier Woods. I was like, that's not how you treat a black man in the States. I was loud as shit, yo. I had people laughing,
That's
but
funny.
they was hitting it in. Gunther, Tommaso Ciampa. Don't sell Tommaso Ciampa short. Tommaso is strong style.
They let him cook.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
let that man cook, put some seasoning in his food. He will go. He will go. See that now. If we just go with Dirty E, they got the right people.
Okay, yeah.
They got the right people for strong style. It's just that will they give them the opportunity? You got, like I said, Dirty. I told this to Chris on the show. Like Dirty E is trying to catch up with the fast pace.
They messed up when they blew up NXT. That put them back like 2 to 3 years or more.
And they had strong style there.
They had all those people. Look, they had Swerve. That's another story. But yeah.
But let me say this. Let me say this about that NXT. NXT introduced strong style.
I think that's true. I like
Samoa Joe against Nakamura Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That's your strong style match.
Yeah.
That was your strong style match. And in fact, Samoa Joe said it on his promo. How you the king of strong style when I brought strong style to NXT before you even got here? It was great. Yeah, with AEW got strong style guys. I just mentioned one, Samoa Joe,
Eddie Kingston,
Claudio. Did I say Powerhouse Hobbs, Wardlow? They got the strong style guys, and that's big heavyweights I just mentioned. I didn't even mention fucking small guys like Jay White. Oh, you don't think Jay White's strong style? Shit.
He earned his respect over there.
Oh, yes.
They're not putting that belt on him if they didn't respect him.
Exactly. And he's a former never weight champion.
Just saying. And the leader of the Bullet Club. Like those accolades.
We just tossing facts. We're just tossing facts to you. That's all. So with strong style right now, strong style is at a beautiful place where what I say is at its peak because it could have just stayed in Japan.
But, and that's another thing I wanted to ask you. What do you think about the American branch of New Japan? What's it called? New Japan Strong.
New Japan Strong.
Yeah, Eddie Kingston has I think what belt that is?
The New Japan Strong Openweight.
So that's their version of the
Okay. Well, it's supposed so it's supposed to have been United States title, supposed to be their major title for that show. Makes sense. Like everything else, the pandemic fucked up everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because it would have brought not just the Gaijins to get ready. Because remember, Shibata was in charge of the dojo.
Right.
So it have the Americans or whoever get ready for that possible Tokyo tour and introduce the Japanese fans to them also. So it's like they had a couple guys in the tag team tournament, the light heavyweight tag team tournament, and they knew exactly who they was because of New Japan Strong. So
because I'm trying to get into it, but I was just trying to see like what the state of that promotion is. Look, it's pretty good. I want to think
they were supposed to stop it. To be honest with you, they were supposed to. They was talking about stopping it this year, but fans spoke up like, "No, man, this is as close as we get to New Japan, and you bring people from Japan over here."
I'm glad the fans put a stop to that.
Oh yeah, sometimes the power of the fans is good. Sometimes that was a good one. Like, listen, man, we want to see Okada come over or this and that. I mean, hell, Suzuki came over. I don't know how many times because he loved coming over here. Like he actually participated in so many New Japan Strong shows that they made him go to Ring of Honor just to win the television title, so Samoa Joe could be. And strong style right there. Look at that. I just said strong style. Look at that. But New Japan Strong was supposed to be the American dojo, pretty much. Get you ready. Okay. Get you like how WWE got the Performance Center will lead you to NXT.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay.
Yeah. So you got the American New Japan dojo. Then we go get you ready for
So it's like NXT UK.
Yeah. Yeah,
so much. UK, and then from UK you go to NXT, and then from NXT so it's like AA, AAA main roster.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Like so you already you already stepped the game. They even New Japan even tried to do a war with New Japan Dojo against LA Dojo. It was a little cute
Come
thing
on.
going on. Yeah, it was fire. It was fire though. It was
I need
fire
to,
for a
yeah.
minute.
So that's gonna be something I want to do going forward. Is I want to start getting into it a little bit more. Like
Yeah.
I know my certain things here and there, but I need to want to kind of expand my horizons,
Oh,
which is
that's
why I like the series that you started, man. Kind of
I'm,
shed a light on some of these different styles of wrestling and where you can watch them, and
bro. I'll
some
tell
of the
you right
people you
now.
see on American TV came from over here. So it's like, watch what you say about some of these other promotions, because the people that you're cheering for, they
Right.
hone their craft over here.
And shit. Even when AJ Styles first came over here, some idiot, some Mark got on Twitter and said New Japan was full of indies, and AJ saw that shit, and AJ said, "Are you calling New Japan an indie company? And New Japan been around since 1972? Please, please explain." And that motherfucker said, "No, no, no. I'm just saying, just a bunch of indie guys. This what happens when you have monopoly and no one had nowhere else to go. Just like back in the day, you used
I
to go
never
to
was
every
that
company.
ignorant.
Yeah, that was, man. Listen,
I was never that ignorant.
listen. This is why I said you must.
That's crazy.
Some of these fans had to be born
New
after
Japan is
2000.
an indie company. Golly, that's
Bro,
bad.
that's terrible. Like this is why I just look at shit like I don't even
Just
reply
shake your
to some
head
of
and just
just scroll back up. Like I'll let the guys in the business roast you. I'm not even gonna get in that unless you come on our show and
damn.
try
That's
that stupid
crazy.
shit. We gonna get you. But yeah, like New Japan, like not new that and New Japan, as you said, all Japan is doing good right now. They got my
That's good.
boy Nakajima. I call Nakajima the knockout artist because he smacked your ass so hard you're going to sleep. Nakajima is now the true crown champion in all Japan, and he is straight
That's
up
crazy.
strong style. Straight up
Savage.
strong style. His kicks, like I said again, I'm gonna say it again because you're gonna laugh again. He would smack your ass to sleep. I was seeing the video. I was seeing you. And you can put it right here. I'm telling you where to put it right on here when I say that. Smack your ass to sleep.
Bruh.
And he did that shit constantly. Like niggas out. Now, they call him the knockout artist. And now he went to All Japan. He left Noah. Because he did everything he could do in Noah. He's been GAC, he been tag team, he been national, he won their tournaments. All he could do. He been there since fucking damn early 2000. So, and he's the son of a Power Warrior. So, damn. Thank you. Kensei Sasaki. My wife is right here. So whatever I
That's
fuck
cool.
with, she got me. She got me. But yes, Sasaki.
That's your producer.
So, that's right. That's my producer. So she put her hand up. Yes. But yeah, Sasaki and the motherfucker wrestled just like him, except for his kicks is more deadly than his father's. His father, I told you earlier, did the 5-minute chops with Kenta Kobashi. This motherfucker kick your ass for 5 minutes. Again, go find Nakajima versus Kano.
Okay.
It's I think they call it their N1 final. It's the N1 or N1 final. All they did was kick the shit out of each other. All you heard was smack. That's all you heard. And it was like a half an hour. It was just kicking each other's ass. Strong style. It's different. It's a different breed. Not saying any other style is not tough, but when it comes to Japan culture, it's all about the will. It's all about the will. It tells a story. Like you go see almost every match, and you can see it now in the States. Where they stay like they've been wrestling for 20 minutes and now they want to go forehead to forehead all of a sudden. And then they want to do I hit you, you hit me.
Okay.
That shit started in Japan.
Where you getting that from?
Right, they started in Japan, like yo, forearm. Then one thing I don't see nobody doing is grab each other's hair and start talking a different language. That's nonsense over here. unless you say fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck.
Yeah.
They grab each other head like they go on it, they go on it, you know.
Because I've seen like a version of that in like these Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn matches where they would lock up and be like
well, you know,
those blood feud matches.
But say, you know, that's some Canadian shit right there.
Yeah.
That's some hockey shit right there.
Yeah, that's what.
If y'all want to know why black people like hockey, we just waiting for y'all to fight.
That's actually true. That I'll give you that. Yeah, that does remind me of like a hockey scuffle,
right? Like you know, they grab each other, they start punching and wait for the person to drop, and you got another will. See, strong style even making hockey.
That's funny.
It's crazy. But man, that strong style, man, strong style is in a good place. It's in a good place. It's in a better place where it's from where it started, and that's how it's supposed to be.
And a final question, man, that I have for you: who do you think is next up to come out of New Japan or just Japanese strong style in general? I don't want to just sing about New Japan as like the next person. Like, you know, we had Inoki, we talked about Shinsuke, we talked about Kenta, we talked about Jay White, Finn Balor, AJ Styles. So like, who's like the next one you think is like on the rise?
We watching him now, Takeshi. Takeshi is the next one, and I say that because we watched him develop to something we already saw coming. If you was a fan of DDT wrestling, you know, yeah, DDT's comedy, but he was all about wrestling in there. And when he came over to us, he showed that, but now he's showing attitude with it. And you've seen this shit. He knocked out Kenta Kobashi, not Kobashi. He knocked out Kota Ibushi with a knee. like a flying knee. He knocks him the fuck out. And then look, and one thing I gotta say about AEW, they treating him as such that he's the next guy. Because this dude pinned y'all a former champion twice in a week on both shows.
Konosuke Takeshita, only 28 years old.
20 years old. He pinned a guy, Kenny Omega, twice in one calendar week. Sunday to Sunday. All in and all out. He pinned him twice. Now, I don't know what they're doing with him now, but you had him on the rise. And then when he go to Japan, he's already a made man. It's like, what? Are y'all gonna hold him to DDT, or y'all gonna bring him to the Noahs, the New Japan, the All Japans? Because he's ready. Now, anybody else out of Japan?
I do like Takeshi. I like that answer though. Yeah, Takeshi.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna think Takeshi. But if I talk about anybody else out of Japan that will,
that's like up next that maybe people might not be talking about, somebody to keep an eye on. Yeah,
Jesus, I might have to go with
somebody that you just like. Yeah.
No, I'm thinking because it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot of people.
I love Ishii, but he's getting up there in age.
Yeah, Ishii.
Shingo's getting up there in age. Well, there is somebody. Rita. What? That's his name? Huh?
Rita.
Thank you, Rita. He looks like Shibata 2.0. I swear.
So that's what we need to be looking out for.
Yeah, that's what we need to look out for because he reminds me of Shibata. He does like the mannerisms come out with a towel. He kept his young lion outfit on. He's like, fuck it, I wear the black tights forever, and he's kicking ass. So I'll look out for him. Like they're making clones right now. New Japan is. they made a clone for Shibata. They made a clone for Tanahashi. No, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say that they split Tanahashi and Naito into one body. And then
so instead of who cloned Tyrone, say who cloned Inoki.
They're not letting them be themselves. If you like, except for Yoshi, my man for who? Suji, yes, him. He reminded me of Naito, but with some more swagger. You know, this dude got the long hair. He's too big to be doing the shit he's doing. That's like that. So that's Ritter, that's my man. He's the strong style guy. In fact, he's in a 6-man tag team called Strong Style. So there you go. I must thank y'all for watching, first of all. When it comes to Japanese strong style, like I said, it's all about the will of the wrestler. It's all about toughness, the heart, and can you take this pain? Because it comes, like it really comes, and sometimes it developed some of the greatest wrestlers in the world. It Strong Style developed or made Okada one of the greatest champions in New Japan history. Strong Style made uh, Go Sasaki one of the greatest champions in Noah history, and Nakajima, who I named earlier. It makes people better, and like I said, if you could survive Strong Style in Japan, everything else is easy. Everything else is easy. Coming to the States is easy. You already got the hard part out. All you gotta do is learn how to be a character. That's easy. So with Strong Style, give it a chance. You haven't, if you don't think you're in your stomach for it, but it's very stiff. It's very tough on the body, especially if your favorite wrestler is trying to fight somebody that's been doing it for a long time. So that was this episode of Strong Style. What I'm looking for in this series of episodes is just getting y'all understanding of many styles of wrestling, and for those that don't like it, just get appreciation of athleticism and the knowledge and the history of some of these styles. Um, and once you do that, you might appreciate some of these other companies that do those styles. But that's all I got. That's all I got to say, man. How we gonna close this, Zig?
That was it.
That was it.
That was it, bro.
Let them feel that heel heat. Heels feel like the glove, yeah, it's too sweet. Boots, we put heels to face. Check your watch. Heels for life, everybody's great.